I just want to go to my bed, okay? Hi everyone! Today, now, here, wherever you're watching this, I am going to do my August wrap up. So in the month of August I read 9 books, and I'm really pleased with that because you may or may not know that August in Edinburgh is the Fringe, so I was in town a lot, seeing shows, living my best theatre life, and yeah, that is that. I also kind of set myself a mini challenge this month, and my goal was to only read books that I bought at Yalk, and I do have a couple of exceptions, but I feel like it wasn't just like me going, no, I'm not going to read those, I'd rather read this. I kind of had a reason to pick those. I'm talking shite, just bear with me today, bear with me every day. As I said, I'm really tired, I want to go to bed, so we're going to try and do this as quickly as I possibly can. Fingers crossed. So first things first, I'm going to tell you about the book that I DNF'd this month. So I picked up and got maybe 80 pages into Olivia Twist by Laurie Langdon. It just wasn't doing it for me. It was towards the end of the month that I picked it up, and I was just getting a bit bored and I could feel myself slumping, so I don't know if I've put it down or if I've completely DNF'd, but I think I've DNF'd. Which is kind of sad because like it's a pretty cover and I really wanted to like it. It's an Oliver Twist retelling, but wasn't feeling it. So the first book that I finished in August was one that I read mostly in July. I had planned to read this before Yalk, but then just never got around to it, so I finished it at the very start of the month, and that is The Island by Amy Bennett. This is the author of Stags, and I gave this 3 stars, which is also what I gave Stags, but I think I preferred this. Amy Bennett's niche seems to be private school kind of mysteries, but they're not really mysteries, they're more like, there's like a mystery element, but it's not like a crime. But she's like got a niche within a niche, because it's not just private schools, it's like really fucking weird private schools. I can't really explain it. Basically these schools just have like weird traditions and shit, but it works, it's interesting. This particular book, I don't know how much I can really give away, but essentially these kids from the private school end up in like a plane crash on an island. I predicted it pretty much from the offset. I was like, oh, this is the whole like situation that's going on. So like the main mystery, yeah. However, I still found it enjoyable, and what I appreciated, this is my issue with predictable books and predictable mysteries, I can handle it if it makes sense why the characters haven't caught on. So you know, there's nothing more infuriating than characters who are just oblivious, whereas I feel that the setting that we were in and the way the characters were, I understood why it took them the entire book to catch the fuck up with me. But you know, overall it was good, and I've said this before that I don't feel I can rate Amy Bennett's writing on the same scale as everyone else. Like I only gave it 3 stars, but like I know I'm still going to think about it. They're such an interesting author. It is a very, very strange reading experience. The next book is indeed a book I bought at Yalk, and I only bought it like on the off chance because I was just like, oh, why not? But this was a very surprising read. So I have All the Ever Afters by Danielle, which is, as you may or may not be able to read on the sort of byline, I don't fucking know, the untold story of Cinderella's stepmother. So this is a Cinderella retelling, and I gave it 4 stars, which I didn't expect. It's such a strange book, and I actually liken it to Wicked, kind of in the way it's written. So we follow Cinderella's stepmother, and we get some glimpses of like sort of present day, but we get a lot of her, like her life, her history, her past. And it's just like sort of slice of life, but it's like her whole life. I can't describe this book. So this is where I become a hypocrite, because I always say I'm not character driven, I like a good plot. This is a character book, but it works, and as I say, it reminds me of Wicked just in the way that it's written, and the fact that we don't know if it's set in our world or like, I mean I suppose Wicked's definitely not our world, but this feels like it could very easily be a fantasy world, but it still feels realistic, which is historical, and I'm pleasantly surprised by this. I really did not expect to enjoy it as much as I did, and I have no other words, okay? Another 4-star read I have is Gummy Hole or Wicked Fox by Cat Chow. I, again, bought this at Yelp, and I only bought it, I mean one fox, but I only bought it because obviously it's been hyped, but at BookCon I took a picture of her Cat Chow, and in my head that therefore meant I should read her book. And I'm really glad I did. I did not expect to enjoy this. Like, it just didn't seem like my kind of thing. It was good. I don't know if I'll continue the series, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was really fun. My next read was not a Yalk purchase. However, you will all forgive, well actually you probably won't. You're probably like, oh, here we fucking go. But I had to read this the second I got it, and that's The Wrong Side of Kai by Estelle Mascom. You've probably seen my reading vlog. I will have a review up. I'll have a video soon, okay? This is probably my favourite Estelle Mascom to date. It was so much fun. I like, I'm checking, of course I gave it 5 stars. But you will see I have some sticky tabs in here, and they are legitimately all for when Theo shows up. Oh, hello, found a bookmark. Yeah, Theo is in this book, so I'm also in this book. I'm in the acknowledgements again. Still so weird to me, like, what? If for no other reason, you should buy this book because Theo is in it, okay? And I know you guys all think Theo is the best thing on my channel, so The Wrong Side of Kai. But this book is about a girl called Vanessa who isn't into relationships. She more just prefers like hookups and fling kind of things, like, and the guy she's with, he wants to take things more seriously, and she's like nope, calls it off, and then the next day an explicit video of her is released, and obviously shit goes down. So she wants to get revenge on Harrison, who I named, by the way, just say I named a character in this book. But Vanessa wants to, you know, get revenge. She's like, fuck you, like, but so does new boy Kai Washington. So they team up to get revenge on Harrison. It's all kind of like little pranks and shit, and it's just loads of fun, and then, you know, of course there's gonna be a romance, and I fucking love this. Like, love it, fucking love it. And I know I probably say this every single time, right, but I hand on heart will tell you right now that this book I would love and enjoy if that name wasn't on the bottom. So I know no one's gonna believe that, but I'm telling you right now that I am promoting this book because it's a good book, and also like one of my really good friends wrote it. So we then go back to Yalk books with Outside by Sarah Ann Jukes. This was disappointing. This was only 3 stars, and even then I was so buzzing for this book because it's kind of like a cult. I didn't really know what it was. All I knew was this girl had always lived like inside, and then she was like going outside, but it wasn't really what I thought it would be, and I don't know, I was let down. It wasn't bad by any means. It was still enjoyable, and I kept kind of reading, being like, oh, what's gonna happen, but it is what it is. Just good, but not special. Like, I'm glad I read it, but I didn't. I have a NetGalley arc, and I only bought it because it was there, and I kind of wish I just read the NetGalley arc. Next, I picked up The Black Coat by Colleen Oakes, which, again, Yalk book. And this was a 4-star read. It's about a secret society called the Black Coats, who are a group of women who essentially take justice into their own hands against people who were like violent towards women. So it's kind of feminist, but like dark, and it's just enjoyable. I enjoyed it. That's what I have to say. You can tell I'm getting tired now because I'm just giving up on like explanations. I'm not even looking at the camera as I talk, and I'm going to be so mad in editing. Stop doing that. Oh, the next book I have was another 4-star read, but I've lost it. It's a physical book, I have a signed, really nice personalised copy that I got at BookCon. So yeah, I've lost this book, but it is The Strange Fascinations of Noah Hypnotic by David Arnold. I got this at BookCon. I met David Arnold. I have a signed personalised copy. Can't see it. Can't see it. Don't know what I've done with it. I buddy read this with Joe from Average Joe Reads, which is why I didn't stick to like my Yalk only, because he wanted to start it then. So I was like, hell yeah, sure. And neither of us was very sure at first what we thought of this book. We were very like, it's weird, whatever. And then I got into it and I was like, okay, it's weird, but I'm kind of digging this weirdness. It's essentially about a boy called Noah, who he has like certain things that he's really fascinated with, and he calls them his strange fascinations. And then one day he like gets hypnotized and things change, and yeah, I can't really explain that. I don't want to give any spoilers, but it's weird. And I ended up loving it. I just really enjoyed it. Joe really didn't. And I found it hilarious because I think finished the book. I read like 2 other books. I was having a great time and he's like, I'm still reading. I hate it. I don't think he hated it. But he was just like bored, and yeah, it was funny to me that I really enjoyed this book. Actually, it's like a 4.75. It was just missing that spark for a 5-star, and there's Joe like, nah, don't like it. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. I thought it was lots of fun. The ending, like the sort of end, could have very easily been like, oh my fucking god, they've basically done that trope, but it worked and I love it. So yeah, that's that book that I need to find. I can't believe I've lost it. The penultimate book that I read in August was Letting Go by Clarke. I got this at Yalk. I want a copy. It is somewhere signed. This is a Barrington Stoke book, so if you don't know about Barrington Stoke, they are pretty short novellas, and they are intended for dyslexic readers, sometimes even reluctant readers. And all their books and like manuscripts and stuff, they are always sent to kids at schools and they give feedback, so they only ever publish things that kids have actually like said they've enjoyed and stuff. This I gave 4 stars to, and it was an interesting read. The back says, never make a promise at a funeral, it's my new motto. So basically our main character Agnes makes a promise to her girlfriend. A year later, when she has to bank on that promise, they're not together, and I don't really want to give too much away because obviously it's such a short book. But a lot happens and it's quite dramatic, but I really enjoyed the characters in this. They all felt very real, and yeah, really good book, definitely worth it. Really glad I won it because I've probably never read it otherwise. So, and my last book is Wilder Girls by Rory Power. This is one of my most anticipated reads. I managed to win a copy at Yalk and I gave it 4 stars. This is about a school for girls who are on like lockdown because quarantine, because there's been talks, and this is one of those books where it's not exactly realistic. Like it could be considered like fantasy because like the conditions, like the talks affects girls differently. Like one of the girls grew a second spine, so like obviously it's not exactly realistic, but at the same time like who knows how things are going to develop. So it was definitely fascinating, it was really interesting, and I enjoyed the sort of situation that the girls were in this school. And the pacing, it got really fast paced towards the end, and I appreciate that. That's all I have to say. So those are the books that I read in August, and I hope that September is just as successful. I'm gonna go and have a nap now because I am so tired and my throat is starting to hurt. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you've read any of these, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!